welcome to you and your Vice Prim Caucus. So your caucus will work a little differently just because you gave your Prim speech yesterday. So you will have 3 minutes just to give a short little speech or add a little bit that's more Vice Prim specific, and then we will move over to your Q&A session, which will be 10 minutes again. You know the drill from last time. If you have 30 seconds left, I'm going to put my camera on, and then after you're done, we'll move on. So you are more than welcome to start whenever you are ready.
Okay, cool. All right, so I would like to start. Okay, good evening. I'm Yua, and I would like to explain to you why I believe I will be able to lead us down the vice primarial position for the year to come. I would like to start the same way I started yesterday with the quote, just because I believe it encompasses Aristia and what we are so well. So it's a Dan Zadra quote that says, "The happiness of life is made up of little things. A smile, a helping hand, a caring heart, a word of praise, a moment of shared laughter. We are most alive in these moments. Savor them all." I said this yesterday as well, but I can't promise every first year they will find their home away from home or they will meet their bridesmaids. But I believe if we as leaders can make our Ari smile, can show them we're here to help, can show them we care, can praise them for their accomplishments, and can make them laugh now and then, I will truly be a very, very happy leader of Aristia. And then in terms of my vision, I would like to put a little magnifying glass on the helping hand of the quote I just read. Social impact is very close and dear to my heart, and I believe there's so much more opportunity for it within the other portfolios of HE as well. But if I have more time, I will go into that. So I would like to focus on internal relations, which is a vice primarial specific portfolio. So my leadership styles are servant and affiliative leadership, which means that I value the emotional bonds and the needs of my team very highly. And I would do so in any leadership position I've been in or will be in. So I feel like it is the perfect leadership style for internal relations, which means I just get the title of it, which is great for something I would have done anyways. I believe I have good communication skills and I'm not scared of conflict. When I say I'm not scared of conflict, I don't mean I like conflict or that I go look for conflict, but I believe I have good conflict managing skills. And I believe this year of being on HE has given me a good idea of how the team works when we don't agree and when our heads bump. I believe it has given me realistic expectations of how to deal with the conflict when it does arise. And I think it has also given me the tools on how to navigate that. So yes, other than that, going away a bit from internal relations and focusing on Vice Prim, I think I have a good overview of all the portfolios. A thing that happened this year is Carly was our only member that has been on the HE, which means that she got a immense load of questions about everything. And I think if I were elected in the vice primarial position, I would be able to take the load off Marge a little bit in terms of just knowing and being able to navigate myself around the HE court. I do understand most of the portfolios. I've obviously not had many of them, but sitting in meetings and being able to work alongside all of my colleagues, I've gotten to understand the admin and everything that goes in behind them. And I think this will help a lot in the dual force of running a team. In terms of Margra specifically, I know Marge, I know how she works, I know her professional abilities, the way which she works in professional settings. We have worked alongside each other this entire year. Even though we had not had much opportunity to collaborate, I have been in the position to sit in meetings and really understand what she's about, and I truly believe I will be able to complement that. I never minded being in a supporting role, and to be in a supporting role for Margra will be an absolute honor. And that's all I have to say. Thank you.
Thank you, Yua. We'll be moving over to your caucus, your Q&A questions. So same drill as last night. You'll have a standardized question, only one of them, and then we'll open it up to the panel. just if you're on your last question, you're busy answering it, and I put my hand up, that means your time is done. So if you could just finish off your last sentence, and then we can be complete with your caucus. So I'm going to go on and read you your first standardized question. So the question is, what would you be doing if you weren't doing this? In the sense that what would you be doing on campus if applying for Aristia leadership was not an option?
Okay, so I have always been very interested in the multi-sport society. I actually saw they put up their positions, also like their HC. I'm not sure, like their team that runs the entire thing. They put up their positions yesterday, and I was honestly thinking today that if this doesn't work out for me, I might think about applying for that, just because caring for animals is something that's very close to my heart. And I feel like that'll be a good position where I will be able to really live out something I really love in a leadership position as well. So yeah.
Thank you. I'm going to open it up to the panel. Does anyone have a question for you? Otherwise, I can start us off. Joss has a question. Let's go.
Hi, Ewa. My question for you is to do with Marge. So Marge is a visionary leader and often has big ideas and elaborate plans, which can sometimes be a bit overwhelming. So how are you going to combat being overwhelmed and be able to partner with her on these ideas?
I think in terms of Marge being a visionary and her dreaming big dreams, I think I will actually be able to compliment her a lot in that way. I said in yesterday's caucus as well, like I'm a very logical, realistic thinker. And I think the two of us will be able to make a good team in terms of her reminding me I have to push the boundaries a bit, and me reminding her that some things are just not realistic. In terms of being overwhelmed, I don't think I get overwhelmed by big ideas. They excite me, especially if you have someone who backs you in it. And I think Marge is one of those people that she really, when she has an idea, she really gets you on her train. And I think that's never really overwhelmed me before. It would be new to me if that overwhelmed me now. But I think it excites me more than anything, and I think I'll be able to be the voice of reason in her visionary leadership. Yeah.
Thank you. I have a question for you as well. It's a bit of a two-part question. How do you think your term on HC this year has helped you, will help you in your role as a vice primoria, both in the house and as a support to Marge? I think we have a freezer.
Hi, sorry, I am back.
That's fine. I'll repeat my question. So my question is, how did your year as an HC this year, how do you think that's going to help you in your coming term, both as a support to Marge, how you'll take the weight of her, and also in the role of VP towards the rest of the committee?
Okay, I'll focus on Marge first. I think obviously being in HE this year, I've gotten to see what you do, Carly, and what your portfolios entail, and the workload that you have as Primoria. And I think that has given me the opportunity to be able to support Marge even more, just because I know what is happening in her life without her having to necessarily explain everything. And in terms of just VP, like I said in the speech as well, I think it gives me a good overview of all the portfolios, which means that Marge, and this kind of connects to Marge, supporting Marge as well, because if I'm in a position where I can also be a support to all the portfolios in helping them understand what it's about, helping them figure out the nitty-gritty of things, then I can lighten her load a lot as well, in her not having to do all of that, since I also understand a lot of the portfolios. Yeah, I hope that answers the question. Thank you.
Yes, definitely. Does anyone on the panel have another question for you? It's always hard. I never know if it. Oh, there we go. Because just getting on that train.
Yeah, sorry. Just a quick question. Why would an ARI vote, or why should an ARI rather vote for you over someone that was not on the HC, who would be seen as having fresh ideas and yeah, being new and fresh?
Are you saying I'm not new and fresh, Buka?
No.
No, I'm kidding. I think I still have a lot of new and fresh ideas. There's still so much I wanted to do this year that I didn't really get to doing. A lot of it due to COVID, which really sucked. But it means that I still have so many dreams that I really want to see happen. I'm not, and that's also a reason why I stood only for Vice Primoria and Primoria, is I really want to push myself into somewhere where I can be of more help. I would have felt stagnant in the general position, and I think that makes me new and fresh, is because I am new and fresh to these positions, and they have a bunch of new different aspects that I haven't had the opportunity to experience. And in terms of another reason why I think people should vote for the fact that I have experience is, once again, but overview, which means that me and Marge are more of a team, in terms of the workload that has to go into what happens in all the portfolios. I think people underestimate how much work it takes to really wrap your head around what your portfolio is about, and to put all of that work on your Primoria is a lot. So yes, I don't know if you want me to go more, but I feel like that's enough.
Thank you, Yua. Does anyone else on the panel have a question? Otherwise, I think I have one for you as well. Okay, I'll go ahead. So, my question would be, what is your kryptonite that you think might be a weakness in your coming term, and how are you going to combat it?
My kryptonite, as in my weakness.
Yes.
Sorry, I actually forgot what kryptonite means. Okay, like what my weakness is that I need to battle for this coming term. Okay. I think my stubbornness. We spoke about it in yesterday's caucus as well. But I think if I need to be more open-minded. And it's not that I'm not. I feel like when I say I'm stubborn, it sounds like I'm very close-minded to different ideas, which I really am not. It just means that when I do climb on my horse, I am on my horse. And I think obviously being in a supporting role, you don't always have the opportunity to do that, which I'm completely fine with. But it's definitely something I'll go into this term with, if I were to be selected, is the fact that just because I believe something, or just because I think some sort of way, at the end of the day, Marge makes the final decision, and what I think is not irrelevant, but I need to be able to be fine with that. It's not that I don't think I will be. I think it'll be an easy kryptonite for me to overcome, but it will be something that I need to switch in my head.
Okay, thank you. We have time for about one more question. So I think you have one more from the panel.
Yes, hi. So what is one thing about the Vice Primoria position that you would like to change?
The Vice Primoria position that I would like to change. That's a hard one. I don't actually have an answer. What is the Vice Primoria has the portfolios of internal relations, safety, cluster. Is there one I'm missing? Secretary. Is there one I'm missing?
No, that's fine, but it can change a little bit.
Okay, but I mean, like at the moment,
yeah.
So at the moment, the only thing I would change for myself, if I were to be vice primaria, would be secretary. Even though I am very organized, secretary has never really been one of my strong suits. And I just think that someone else will be able to do a better job at it than I would. But that's the only thing that I would maybe change.
Awesome. Thank you, Yua. That is about all we have time for. So thank you very much for joining us tonight. And your caucus is now complete. And I hope you have a lovely evening further.
Thank you very much. Have a lovely evening. Bye.
Bye.